Achoo! We're back.
Are you okay there? All right, that one fairy who got
Yes.
strong whenever she sneezed. Oh my god.
Okay, it has been a while since we have reviewed something that's just absolutely batshit insane.
Mhm.
Because this is okay. Let's just get into it. So we are reviewing Kid Video. This bizarre '80s Saturday morning cartoon was created by the infamous
Ah,
Dink
no.
Enterprises alongside Saban
Oh,
Productions,
double
and
no.
it yeah, and surprisingly, it got 2 seasons, but it only aired for, like, a year. I think it was 1985 4 when it came out, and then the last season was in 1985. So, surprisingly, the rights are currently owned by Disney, but there's no mention of them wanting to do anything with the property.
Gee,
They
I
might not even
wonder
be aware that
why.
they might not even be aware that they own
I
it.
wasn't even aware this thing existed until you put it on a podcast. So let's see. The show is focused on a group of children who are transported to a surreal world known as the flip side, and get ready for a lot of 80s lingo in this one. And they fight a villain called the Masturbator, the Master Blaster. Oh god.
Yeah.
And somehow they managed to get rights to extremely popular songs and feature clips from music videos at the time. And I'm starting to get a clear vision of where most of the budget went to in this show.
Ooh, yeah. So now I don't like have a lot of information on this. This is like one of those shows where like really we had to rely on the Wikipedia article because this is literally all I could find. So Kathin Cavati, the original voice of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls, voices Glitter the Fairy. She's also a veteran voice actor who was nominated for an Annie, and she apparently does sound mixing because she received 2 Emmy Award certificate for sound mixing on the X Files.
No.
Now, this is what I found to be some of the most shocking news. This was apparently popular enough in Israel.
What?
Yes,
What the
for the
hell?
people. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know
God.
why. They apparently really liked it, and the band apparently toured there in 1987.
And then the
Can
Ellisons got at shit. Hell, let me do my joke over then. And then the Ellisons decided not to put him on Paramount's blacklist.
so okay, so I want to just say something. So we're kind of like we both sort of grew up after the 80s, but we also were aware of a lot of stuff from the
Mhm.
80s because there was syndication back then. And I don't think like we're immune to something being so outrageously 80s,
Yeah,
but
culture upon when the 80s was starting to die and 90s culture was starting to
yeah.
take in. Okay, let's see. And
But
yeah, I can tell this was from that era where MTV was really taking off because there was just a bunch
oh
of
yeah.
fast-paced editing and camera filters and live action footage.
Now, so okay. It starts off with a live action section at the beginning,
Mhm.
and then it's obvious this is okay. We got 4 kids that are in a band. I I need to look up the name of the children because I do
Let's
not
see, I
remember
got the
them except for
Wikipedia
kids.
open. Okay, you got Kid Video, the singer and undisputed leader. You got Carla, the only girl who's the drummer. Ash, the keyboardist, and Riz, the stereotypical nerdy guy who was a downright coward and like the saggy of the group, basically.
So, they're practicing, like, the opening theme, and you're also gonna hear, like, the instrumental version of that, music, like, multiple times, and I think I don't know what the name of the song was, a video to radio, and so they're playing, and all of a sudden they hear something, and the villain of the show, Master Blaster, appears in the mirror and says he's going to keep them as musical slaves. Now, this is already kind of weird, kind of bizarre. But then we are introduced to Glitter the fairy, and Glitter's whole shtick is that when she sneezes, she gets extremely strong for like a few minutes.
Hmm. And that's
I
her
don't know why.
stick. And the Master Blaster
Okay.
also has henchmen, the copycats.
Oh my god. Okay, so one of the things, I've talked about this a lot, I hate about a lot of old cartoons is fat phobia. One of the characters is literally named Fat Cat, and almost every time we see him, he's eating.
Like, yeah, like literally every scene he's in, he always has a sandwich and complain about how he doesn't have something to eat. And Jesus fucking. There are some things about the 80s and 90s I do not miss, and this is one of them.
Same. So, in the first episode, okay, so here's the thing. I know, like, Wiz is supposed to be the coward and everything. Um, I kinda sort of,
Like his every
agree.
episode in Senior Cine, he always talks about wanting to get home and said, "Chillax, bro. Our name's already on the Amber Alert."
I kind of agree with him. It's like, y'all have parents. Y'all just disappeared. Do you guys have any idea how worried they are? And here's the thing, this was back in, like, the day where we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have, internet connection. It was a lot harder to find missing children. Children would go missing, don't find them again. And again, people are gonna be like, "Y'all are, like, thinking, too much about this," but it's like, I feel like Wiz is the only one using a brain cell because it's like, "I wanna go home." It's like, "Yeah, you guys should go home so your parents don't think you're dead,"
And
but, like,
sorry. And yeah, they're on the traveling around in this vehicle, and they meet. There's this old cookie cutout man, and yeah, this is weird. Apparently, they run into some town where the Master Blaster is making time go fast, and
I found this really
yeah,
confusing. His plan didn't make a lot of sense.
and also
Because
sorry,
no, so we mentioned the copycats, and okay, they're called the copycats because they apparently can't make music on their
they
own.
illy finilly this shit.
Oh gosh, that's a people probably like, "Who the hell y'all talking about?" Google it, but, he's right because see, the thing is what the Master Blaster does is he somehow kidnaps
Bands and musicians
musicians.
and trap them in a bubble where it's like some kind of time loop where they're always performing.
Yeah. And the thing is like this is where so the thing is even though we don't like see the full music video, we at least see clips of it.
That's all they can afford.
I yeah, and but here's the thing is also like in so they go to the library and one of the books they open it up and it plays the like first few I think it's the first like lines of the chorus of Electric Avenue. And I'm just like, how the heck did they manage to at least even get that? Like there apparently was some budget to this, but not enough for them to like use the full music video because I think they said it was Lionel Richie
Uh,
was the one who was kidnapped, but you barely see it. I forget who it was in the second episode.
so yeah, so Wiz has to fix it while the kids had to trap the copycats and sorry, I, I'm just going through the episode again and God, I forgot how weird these 80s commercials could get.
Oh, yeah, see, so I think we both found the same, YouTube channel, but it has the first episode, and it was like there were cartoons between it, and man, cartoons have ch no, commercials have changed a lot.
Yeah, so while Wiz tries to repair the clock to stop time from accelerating, let's see, the kids try to stop the copycats and oh, more commercials, so many commercials. And let's see. Ugh, fuck these copycats. So they get trapped, and then Wiz, who's under the effects of the speed acceleration, literally a supersonic speeds into the Master Blaster's lair to free them and unhook the audio and all that. And that's what caused all the cookie cutter people to suddenly de-age. And why would they it look like they were cut out cookies? I don't get that.
So I think because it was Neon City, they were supposed to look like maybe, like, neon
They didn't
signs,
look
but
like
they
neon
really
signs.
no, they didn't. You were right, they looked like I was confused when we first saw the character because it's like he did look like a cookie. Also, all the people in Neon Cities are teenagers because adults suck, I guess, I don't know. And then the second episode, okay, so I wanna say, like, I know this is a cartoon from the '80s, and people are gonna say, You're being too harsh on it," but even with that being said, there are still some cartoons from the '80s that I think still hold up. Cause I feel it was, like, maybe, like, the later '80s, they were trying to sort of make,
An effort.
stuff that was yeah, they were trying to make things that were a little more serious, like, and things that had more action and stuff, like, I know we like to give He-Man a lot of crap, but I feel like with He-Man and She-Ra, they were at least trying to sort of have, a story and, like, plot points that would, come back and everything, um, but okay, the thing about this is that we're not really, like nothing's really explained,
They just
like
toss into the madness and expect you to just buy it.
yeah, because in the next episode, we are introduced to this new character. What was her name?
Uh, uh,
Was it Bubbles or something?
Possibly Bubblino or Bubbles.
Yeah, because she lives in this place called Upland, and I guess everybody floats, so they wear these really
Half
weird
human,
circular
half bubble.
outfits.
Like, how does that even work? Like, do they reproduce by grinding the bubbles and the suds from babies?
I have no idea. It looks like really bizarre. And it's
And
kinda distracting. Again, this was the '80s, it was a lot of, like, throwing things to the wall, seeing what sticks. Well, the Master Blaster creates some sort of what did I forgot what it was. A zapper, it was a
yeah,
zapper.
makes people the opposite of who they are. And oh god, the fat phobia. What he uses on fat count and he says he hates eating.
Mm.
Damn it. God damn
Okay,
it, I
I'm
hate
also gonna say this,
yeah.
the copycats also had really annoying voices.
Yeah,
I
they're
kinda
they're
feel
always
bad
high
for
pitched and
So, this was a thing that they would do a lot of times with cat characters, they would try to make them sound like cats, and I feel bad for the voice actors because they were probably told to do that, but it's hard to understand what they're saying at sometimes. Again, I don't think this show ever got a DVD release, so the episode we watched was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? It was the sound production was not the
mm.
best, um, but yeah, it just again, it felt
It felt like they put all the budget in the wrong aspects of this, so
yeah. Again, I don't remember which band was in this one. Um, because it was just a lot of it was just kinda going over my head, and I wanna say something, I am a fan of the show Gem and the Holograms, like, when people think of outrageous '80s cartoons, that's usually, like, one of the ones they think of, but the thing about Gem and the Holograms is when the show starts, we're introduced to the 4 main characters, and we get a feel for, like, the story. In the first, like, episode, we find out that, Jerica, aka Jem, her father was in charge of a music label called Starlight Music. He unfortunately dies. She inherits it, but also they own a foster home for girls, and things are not going well for the holograms at this point. This is before they were the holograms. They're like cleaning the house, and Jerica's boyfriend was trying to fix a light, and he's like, "Hey, Aja, turn on the light." She turns on the light, everything goes haywire. And, so Jericho's like, "Well, maybe I can use some of the money at Starlight Music," and all this stuff happens, it's crazy from the get-go, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I feel like Gem and the Holograms was a lot more layered than Kid Video.
the Gem and the Holograms have better world building than this shit.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is a show in which they actually ended up going back in time at one point. Um, but the thing is, it's just I feel like they at least tried to make the characters feel interesting. Like the thing is like while it does focus mostly like on Jerica, aka Jem, Kimber gets some focus. Shayna and Aja also get some focus. But the thing is even at the beginning, you at least get a feel for these characters. But like the thing about Kid Video is I feel like they're so bland.
Yeah, they're just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what would stick.
I also feel like it was weird to focus this on Kid because Kid is kind of boring.
Oh yeah, he's just a generic cool guy leader that you've seen in so many other stuff.
Yeah. And I really don't like being mean on, like, teenage actors and stuff, but I kind of feel like this might have been the actors, like, the voice actors' maybe first roles, or they were just, like, not comfortable with it because we mentioned that, Glitter is voiced by Kathy Cavidi. She's been in a lot of other stuff besides Powerpuff Girls, like, she has been working since the '80s. She was in one of the original My Little Pony movies. She was in the movie Dinosaur. She was in that, animated Final Fantasy film, and like we said, she was the original voice of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls, the OG Powerpuff Girls, and she's still working. So, I just don't know if they gave her bad direction or, uh, she was not comfortable because it just her Glitter's, like, dialogue, I feel like it's not delivered well, but again, I think this just might have been a situation where they were just not given really
Hmm.
good direction because it just sounds like a lot of the voice actors are sort of not doing the best. But again, I don't wanna blame that on them just because it also feels like there was a lot of really weird choices made when it comes to the dialogue and the inflections and stuff, if that makes any sense.
Is there anything else about this fucking episode we can even talk about? Because
Uh,
can barely, aside from the
okay,
weird
so there was
bubbles,
just
there's barely anything else I can remember.
I just wanna say something. So the thing is they're using this zapper to be like, "Hey, we gotta make it so Wiz and Bubble and all the other people in Kid Video are now mean," and I'm like, "How th" so they're like, "What's going" so, like, first it's Wiz who gets hit by it, and everyone's like, "What the heck is wrong?" It's like, "Well, did you guys?" They're like, "He's acting weird." I'm like, "Yeah, you guys know that, like, the Master Blaster is constantly harassing
Hmm.
y'all. He's constantly messing with you. Why did it take you so long to realize that it was him and the copycats messing with you?" Because it was really weird for Wiz all of a sudden to just be a dick for, like, 0 reason. They just but they kept on going like, "What's wrong?" And I'm just like, It's obviously the villain.
Yeah,
He
he's
messes
just
with you
fucking
constantly."
idiot.
Yeah. And again, like, I am totally fine with super over the top, outrageous concepts, because 'cause we're also both fans of, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Hmm.
Turtles, but I feel like, with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they
Have more
set
personality.
things up. Yeah. They have more personality, they set things up better, it's just again, like I said, I honestly think Gem and the Holograms is much more grounded than Kid Video because it's throwing so much stuff at the screen, and it can be kind of, like, overwhelming. Because I was even like, "I feel like I'm getting overstimulated by
Mm.
this." And I'm still really shocked that somehow this managed to get 2 seasons.
The hell? Yeah, like I don't remember. I mean, it got 2 seasons. Yeah, I don't see a single person talk about it. I didn't even know it existed until they put it on the list for this podcast.
Yeah, I think I found it, like, I think I was maybe watching, like, a YouTube video about really bizarre, obscure cartoons or something, because there were, again, a lot of, really, like, popular '80s cartoons that people still talk about, like, fondly, and it's like, they're not perfect, but they at least feel more put together than this. But we also have to remember that, like, the '80s, a lot of times they were just like, "We need to make a cartoon so we can put it on Saturday morning and make some money." And I think this really a lot of this felt like "Oh, we gotta get those teens with their MTV and their tape recorders, because the kids these days love music." But I just feel like they didn't understand teens or
Uh-uh.
understand, like, why they like music. Because also the songs that they made were kinda not that
Oh
great.
yeah, every episode ends with a live action music video of the kids and fictional band.
Yeah, this I kinda really wanted to like this because I do love things that are over the top and outrageous and silly. Because again, I am a Gem the Holograms fan. Um, it's just there's so much. It's one of those things where there's too much going on yet not enough. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's unfocused.
Yeah.
Um,
And
uh,
again, it's just I really feel like the actors were not given good direction because it just sort of seems like they were struggling a little bit. So,
yeah, I'm giving this a one as
well,
well.
yeah, I'm giving this a 1. It's just and I feel like, bad. It's like I wanna be fair, and it's like I'm afraid I'm, like, being too harsh, but it's just there's so much missing. Like, the characters are just really see, that's the thing is, like, despite this being a really over the top show, it's very bland, which is just that's not what you want in, a cartoon like this.
Mm-mm.
You want people to be engaged, and it's just so apparently this also had reruns. I have a feeling that may have been how it possibly got popular over in Israel, but don't quote me on that. So, let's get it into some news. Oh, our friend John's going to be happy about this. Um this is a recent yeah.
Oh,
Resident Evil Requiem launch 5 million copies sold.
in
Holy
less than a
crap.
week? Hey, that's
Dang,
insane.
that
Like to
is.
put that into
Th-
perspective, Resident Evil 5 back in I believe 2009 showed that same number in 2 months.
oh geez. I guess people were really waiting for this one or something. Because that is I mean, I know, like, Resident Evil is, a very classic franchise,
Oh yeah, it's a de
and
facto survival horror.
yeah, and I've heard nothing but, like, good things about the game. I'm, like, looking on Steam. Yeah, it's got 42,000, reviews and just overwhelmingly positive. So this is a big win for Capcom.
Mhm. Yeah, like, John and Rich both got me hooked on Resident Evil. John had me play the classic Resident Evil 4, and then last Halloween, they had me play Resident Evil 7 and were getting a kick out of how terrified I was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that one was also really, kinda gross too,
Oh.
so I kinda don't blame you for reacting. Alright. Ah, dang why did you add this?
Oh, I forgot about this.
What is it, Jad?
Trailer for Pinocchio Unstrung, the next film in a twisted childhood universe.
I am so uninterested in this.
At least that Pinocchio animatronic looks cool.
That is true. I will give them that. Um, 'Cause I don't instead of going, like, with CGI.
They went with an animatronic puppet.
Yeah.
And this is surprising that Robert England to play voice the cricket.
Oh.
For those who don't know, Robert England was Freddy Krueger himself in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Oh. Alright. I am gonna say this, I think that at least the special effects look so much better
Oh yeah.
than they did in, Blood and Honey.
Oh,
I'll give them credit where it's due. Oh, jeez! Dude, the girl just stepped on Pinocchio's
oh,
nose and it
oh,
went through her foot. Holy crap.
yeah, they goes a lot better too.
See, here's the thing. If by some chance this is actually like a decent movie and I hear good things about it, I might check it out. Because it does seem they have at least maybe have learned from their past.
Mhm.
Like, I
Uh,
I think the thing is, like, when we watched Blood and Honey, I think another issue we had is the pacing felt a little
and it took
off.
itself way too seriously.
Yeah, this one maybe seems like they're sort of doing more of a balance of it being kind of cheeky and over the top. I mean, again, we'll see. I'm a person who was like, "Okay, I was totally wrong," but I'm not, like, super excited for
No.
this. I am happy about this. So, I didn't even know about this until I went on Reddit. I'm a part of a several, like, movie subreddits on there, and
Mhm.
the live action remake of Robin Hood is dead at Disney. So,
Woo! How can they do a
I had
live
totally
action remake if they're all animals?
animals, yeah. I think they were gonna do the same thing with The
Oh
Lion King,
god.
but I'm like,
It does make it photorealistic animated, but just still call live action for some reason.
that would look so weird because, see, they're gonna be anthropomorphic, and, believe it or not, even on Reddit, I was talking about how, the Cat movie adaptation, of the musicals, I think it would have been taken better had like, it still wasn't it still probably would have had some issues, but a lot of people talked about the, like, designs of the cats. It looked really weird because in the musical, they're just wearing suits and it's makeup. If they had maybe done that with this Robin Hood live action, maybe people would have liked it, but we'll never know.
Mm-mm. And apparently, a few other live action remakes got canceled as well, following the change in management.
That's good.
Mhm.
I know they're still doing the Moana one,
That's one's too
and
far in production to stop,
yeah,
and the
they can't
Tangled
stop it.
ones.
Yeah, the Tangled one, but I think a lot of the other ones, like you said, because of the changeover, they decided not to do them. And, like, here's my thing, if they're gonna do the Disney live action movies, I think they really should just stick to the ones that have human characters. It's just gonna be easier, you know?
Mhm.
I don't even know why they tried to do this one, but oh well.
And this one I wish I
Okay.
can be excited about. Garfield animated series greenlit. Like this has been in production hell ever since the rights to Garfield were bought by Nickelodeon back in 2019, I believe.
That doesn't surprise
And
me.
all those mergers and changes in management of Paramount definitely slowed down production. But it seems like
Mhm.
they found a new voice for Garfield,
That's
Lamont
good.
Morris. Yes.
Yeah, he's in the Jumanji
Huh.
movies. He also, is gonna apparently be in, what's Spider-Man Noir.
Oh,
He's
neat.
gonna be Robbie Robertson. Cool, cool,
And the
cool.
reason I can't be excited about it is that it's going to be on Paramount Plus, and you know who's in charge of
Yeah.
Paramount now? Uh,
See, we've talked about the merger and, like, already the merger is having some issues. So, hopefully, this show will continue to be in production, but, keep fingers crossed just because there's a lot of issues already with the merger and it hasn't even been finalized,
yeah,
so
like I checked it. Paramount stock is apparently $8.77. Like it's been going down ever since they successfully bid out Netflix.
Oh,
Y-
ouch, that's
Yeah,
not
mainly
good.
because they're taking on over $100 billion in debt in order to make this merger happen.
Yeah. They're actually in more debt than Warner Brothers, I think,
They will be if
which I
this
didn't think
merger
was
goes
even
through.
possible. Yeah, so some good news. So, me and Jad were both, fans of animation, and we are also fans of Pixar, and we think Pixar has sort of returned, to greatness, and everybody else did because Hoppers, had a 88 million, box office with
Global
its,
opening.
yeah, globally.
Yeah.
So let's
In the United States, it grossed $46 million in its opening weekend. And let's see, and it's still number one in its second weekend. It's still number one. It got like only
okay.
a 36% drop in its second weekend, which is pretty good for an animated movie.
That is actually, yeah, not bad. I think I can't remember what else. I can't remember what like came out like last weekend, but Scream went down. Oh, He Calls Me Daughter, that was released in that ooh, it opened at number 5, damn. But yeah, so I saw it too with, like, some of my friends. We all loved it, and also, I'm hoping that since this did really well, it was, directed by, Daniel Chong. He did,
He's the creator of We Bare
We
Bears.
Bare Bears.
Mhm.
Yep, that was him, and it felt very We Bare Bears-ish, but in a good way. So, I'm really excited that this film did really well. So far, I haven't, like, there's only 2 animated films I've seen, this and All You Need Is Kill. I think this one might be a contender for best animated picture.
Definitely. Like Daniel Chung, not only does he capture the weird humor of We Bare Bears, but also he's definitely pushing how Pixar they don't make film style too similar from each other. At least they used to.
Yeah. Mhm. This one it's a very unique original
Mhm.
style, which I appreciate. It still feels like a Pixar film, but it's obviously not, like, trying trying to, like, copy, what Pixar films look like.
No, like it's doing its own art style. Like I especially love how they animals look more cartoony and like the pupils aren't too detailed. Like
Yeah, I appreciate that too. So I think you posted this, didn't you?
oh yeah, it's Dorothy trailer. I thought you'd like this one.
Yes. So this is gonna be about the character of Dorothy, not just like Judy Garland. They're gonna like look at a bunch of other adaptations of her, which I'm actually happy they're doing that because a lot of people don't know there's like a bunch of other um
Oz books
what's the word I'm
and
looking for?
stories.
Yes. But also it's gonna talk about The Wiz, and I actually really like that musical. And they're also gonna talk to turn to Oz and stuff. I'm actually really looking forward to this.
Oh yeah, like
Wait, are they also gonna talk about the Muppet one?
wait,
Oh, they
oh my
are!
god. Oh no.
I thought people forgot about that one.
And for good reason.
A lot of people consider that one to be probably one of the worst Muppet
Mhm.
films. See, I've considered us reviewing the Wiz movie because a lot of people, they agree the musical is great, but the movie adaptation they did, not so
Mm-mm.
much.
Nah, like they took a amazing music and turned it into a generic black exploitation film.
And it wasn't directed by a black person, it was directed by Sidney Lumet.
God no. If you want to see the
Yeah,
Wiz, see that live stage musical they
yeah,
did for NBC a
that
few years
one's
back.
really, really
Mhm.
good. The girl who played Dorothy was phenomenal in that. See, I think, like, with Wicked, it sort of got people excited about The Wizard of Oz again. Because I was like, "Why haven't they done this before?" And I think it's just it was sort of a thing where they're like, "We need to, yeah, they're actually gonna have Gregory Maguire in this, yeah, so I feel like probably with the, success of Wicked, they're like, "Hey, maybe people are, excited about this again." So this is something that will definitely on my watch list. Okay, I'm excited about
Okay, let's see.
this. So this was before the Oscars. The Oscars have now passed. I mean, okay, I don't think anyone's surprised we are getting a K-pop Demon Hunters 2. The directors, Maggie King and Chris Applehands, are returning. Now, I think everybody knew this was gonna get a sequel, but I think the main thing is I was sort of worried, like, um, will the original directors come back?
And let's see, and it seems like it. They closed the deal
Mhm,
for the directors to return.
thank God, because that sometimes will be an issue with so somebody was saying that you don't necessarily have to have, like, the directors come back, but you need to have somebody who, like, worked on the film previously to help keep the, tone the same, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's someone who understands the original and its intent.
Mhm. So, it says it's gonna be 2029, so that's gonna be 3
Yeah.
years, but I'm totally fine with that,
Mhm.
guys. Animation takes a long time. You don't just push a button and it's animated. It takes a very long time, and I feel like people don't understand that 3D it also like, it's not easier than 2D animation because you gotta create, like, the models of the characters, you gotta make sure they move properly, you gotta make sure, like, their hair moves in the right way, you gotta make sure the clothing also looks right, like, I've
Mhm.
watched, like, behind the scenes stuff, and it's really fascinating, but, like, yeah, there's a reason this is gonna take 3 years, like, there's also a reason why, like, the 3rd Spider-Man film, they had to push it back. I'm totally fine with waiting for 3 years.
Okay, and let's see here. Next is oh yeah, this is gonna be a long one. Bear with us, folks, but we got
Yep.
the full list of all the winners from the 98th Annual Academy Awards.
So, we're gonna start with Best Supporting Actress. We were both happy about this. Amy Madigan from Weapons! Woo!
Woo-hoo!
Totally deserved. And we're also happy about this Best Animated Feature Film, K-Pop Demon
Oh yeah, a
Hunters.
bunch of assholes online were whining and bitching about K-pop Demon Hunters winner. And I'm like, you people have no soul if you're complaining about this film winning.
Seriously. And I bet you, like, a good chunk of them haven't even watched it.
Okay, and best animated short film, The Girl Who Cried Pearls. And best costume design, Kate Hawley for her work on Frankenstein.
I did see some of the costumes. I still haven't watched this movie
Oh,
yet, but
oh,
I think it was, a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
uh,
It was earned, very earned. So next up, we have Best Makeup and Styling, Frankenstein, kinda not surprised there. Now this is Best Casting, one battle after another, Cassandra
yeah, this is a
Lucundis?
new category for the Academies, by the way. Best casting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, best live action short film. It's actually a tie between the singers and the two people exchanging saliva.
What a name.
And best supporting actor, Sean Penn for One Better After Another.
Boo.
And yeah, get ready to see that movie's title a whole lot of this one, folks.
So now this is best adapted screenplay. This is something that was based off something else. So this is like something that was based off a book, a television show. So I think One Battle After Another was based off a book, if memory serves me correctly. But best original screenplay was One by Sinners by Ryan, written by Ryan
Woo!
Coogler.
And best production
Yeah.
design, Frankenstein. I mean, if you see the sets and locations of that movie, it's brilliant. And best visual effects, the only award Disney won that night, Avatar: Fire and Ass.
Wait, really? Oh my
Yeah,
god, they didn't win anything else?
no,
Damn, this was not their year. Best documentary short film, All Empty Rooms, and then best documentary feature film is Mr. Nobody Against Putin.
yeah. And best original score, Sinners by Ludwig Göransson. And best,
This is, I think, his 3rd
oh
Oscar
wow,
win
Eh,
because he's worked with, Ryan Coogler, like, on all his
oh wow, I
movies.
didn't know that. And best
Yeah.
sound, F1.
I was right, he's won 3. He won it for Black Panther, Christopher Nolan's, Oppenheimer, and then again with, Coogler. So best film editing, One Battle After Another by Andy Jurgensen, sorry. Best cinematography, Sinners, and I think this was the first time a woman has ever won best
Oh,
cinematography.
awesome. And
Yeah.
best international feature film for the country of Norway, Sentimental Value. And best original song, surprise, surprise, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, they even had the girls who, are the singing voices for the Huntrix. They, of course, were there and they performed Golden for everybody. Now we have best director, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, and best actor for Michael B. Jordan, for playing the Smokestack Twins.
Well earned. And best actress, Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. And finally, best picture. This was a bit of an upset for me. One better after
Same.
another.
Now the thing is I haven't watched this movie
Hmm.
yet, so I can't, like, really judge it, but I heard, like, a lot of really good things about it. So, see, what's interesting is, so another movie that was nominated for a lot of stuff was called Marty Supreme. That movie didn't win a single thing, and I find it really interesting because, like, when I was on Reddit, like I say, I frequent a lot of, like, movie Reddits, like, everybody was saying I either want Sinners or, like, One Battle After Another to win, so like, from what I'm understanding, I think, like, One Battle After Another, it has some merit, I just haven't watched it yet, but I really think Sinners should have won. But congratulations to all the winners. Now time for some animation news. I did not since we are both like animation people, I always try to find animation news. And some of it doesn't always get featured in like say Variety or Entertainment Today or other places we search for like media news. I hadn't heard about this at all. Stewie Griffin has gotten his own
Yeah,
spinoff.
this is surprising. And like,
Did you hear about this at all
uh,
until now?
I heard about it a while ago, and I thought, why?
I mean, somebody was saying it's like doesn't like the show focus on him a lot already? And that is kinda true. So I'm not I'm reading the article and it says that, Stewie is gonna go to a new preschool and he's miserable because, he's an evil genius baby who can actually talk. Um, there's gonna be a, old, like, turtle who's a class pet, so Stewie's gonna use his, gadgets to take the kids anywhere in time and space.
So
I'm not sure
yeah,
how to feel about
people
this.
they've described this as the Magic School Bus meets Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that's I was actually gonna say this kinda reminds me a little of Rick and Morty. Now, Seth MacFarlane, he no longer works, like, on the show, on Family Guy as, like, a writer or I think he might I don't
He's
know if
only
he's
an
still, like, a
exec.
producer,
He's only
but
a producer.
oh, yeah, he's only a producer, so I don't know if so it seems like okay, this is gonna be produced by MacFarlane and Butler, just like the Cleveland show was. Um, so maybe he'll have more, I don't know, like, I don't know if they're gonna give him more freedom to do, like, what he wants with this because he was pretty okay with, like, Family Guy
Mhm.
being, canceled, I think, like, for the 2nd time. He kinda wasn't, like, a fan he's not a fan of how they sort of dragged it out, so I don't know. We'll see. It could be fantastic, it could be garbage. We have absolutely no idea.
And oh god, I think I might have heard about this. Rihanna's Beverly Hills home targeted by shooting while she was inside. Woman arrested for attempted murder. Okay. A law enforcement source told the LA Times that the pop star and entrepreneur was inside the home at the time of the shooting. The woman allegedly fired several shots at the house from her while Tesla crossed from a white Tesla. Of course, it was a fucking Tesla driver. And let's see. There were no injuries. The LAPD spokesperson said a suspect was taken into custody and that for attempted murder, her bail was set for over $10 million.
So, I've looked up the woman, her name is Ivana Lisset Orts. I don't know if she has, like, any previous, crimes against her because they also don't know what the oh, wait, no, she was previously arrested on suspicion of domestic violence, battery, and violation of domestic injunction in 2023. Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
So, thankfully, she's okay. Her ASAP Rocky is also okay, and her children, Riot Rose and Rocky Irish Mayors, are also okay. I cannot imagine how terrifying this was for her because her son Rocky, he's like a baby. He's only 5 months old. Oh, they have 3 children. Riza Alflin, who is 3, Riot Rose is 2, Rocky, who is 5 months. It's probably a good thing that they said sent the bell so high. I'm just glad she and her family are okay because that would has to be absolutely terrifying. Jeez.
Definitely. So, yeah. Okay.
I don't think they know why she did it either, so
I don't know why either. And I think you got the next one.
okay. So, I know a lot of you are sad because Stranger Things has ended. The last season was, I think, in February?
Yeah.
However, there's good news for fans of Eleven and her crew. They're going to be getting an animated series called Stranger Things Tales from '85. So I this is gonna be a spin-off, between the event and it's taking place between the events of the 2nd and 3rd season. It finds Eleven, Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, and Max facing a fresh batch of monsters from the Upside Down and trying to solve new mysteries in their towns of Hawkins, Indiana.
I haven't watched Stranger Things yet. I know a lot of people like it.
I liked the 1st season. I thought the 2nd season was okay. I wasn't really interested in the 3rd. However, I'm gonna say the animation for this looks really, really good.
Hmm.
Like, the animation characters look like their, human counterparts. There's a lot of, like, really nice details, so I don't know, maybe I'll give it a watch. I've considered, like, getting back into Stranger Things just because I kinda wanna see, what they did with it. Because I heard a lot of people were not happy about the, end of the season. Like, there were
Yeah.
some people who were trying to say it's not actually really over and stuff. I was talking to one of my friends who's, like, a Stranger Things fan, and I even told her, it's like, "People are saying it wasn't the real ending." She's like, "No, it is. It's over. Don't listen to them."
Oh God, the
And we're
cope.
kinda saying yeah, we're staying on the topic of Stranger Things. Um, Jad, take it away.
Oh right. Let's see. Here, first look at Gaten Mahataraso's first post Stranger Things project, pizza movie.
So, Gatton played, Dustin. He was kind of Uh, I would say he's like comic relief, but he also was like involved with the adventures and everything. Um, despite being a young boy, the boy cusses like a sailor. Like I think out of all the characters, he cusses the most. He cusses even more than the adults. I think.
Let's see. A shy college student and his reckless roommate set out on a simple mission to grab pizza. But after a strange dose of mind-bending experimental drug, they are thrust into a chaotic night of absurd, encounters, wild hallucinations, and unexpected revelations that could change their lives forever.
Interesting.
Hmm?
See, he did do some other movies while like I think between this like the season breaks of Stranger Things. But it was mostly voice stuff.
Hmm.
So I guess he's trying to expand, which is totally
Oh, it's
fine.
coming to
Because
Hulu.
again, oh, okay. Because again, he was on Stranger Things for how long did it run for? 9 years. Yep, 9 years. And I actually think probably when I was like still watching the show, I think Dustin was probably one of my favorite characters. So I'll probably watch this because I think he's a really good actor.
Uh, this is gonna look so surreal. I'm just watching the trailer.
Okay. This sounds a little like, oh shoot, what is this? Like a film Seth Rogen would maybe possibly make.
Yeah, like just like something you see on Adult Swim. Oh, that's why they gotta get pizza.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez. God. This definitely looks like quite a trip. Okay, let's see here. And is it your turn or mine?
It's my turn.
You'll be happy about this?
Oh yeah, you shared this. So, I'm a diehard Sailor Moon fan. I, like many girls, discovered Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network on the Tsunami block, and I still love it. It's considered probably to be also one of the most, like, important magical girl, like, series in general. Like, people today still reference it. Like, Steven Universe has so many references to this show. So they are bringing the original CG Sailor Moon short to Universal Studios Hollywood, which I'm happy about, but I'm also kinda shocked about.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Universal Hollywood, they've been doing this thing during the summer called Fan Fest nights, where they just have a bunch of themed stuff on around different IP, like Star Trek, One Piece, Demon Slayer, and it seems like this year they're gonna have Sailor Moon now.
So I think because the reason they're getting it is because it is, the Universal Studios in Japan has, I guess, rights to it. Because I was like see, I think, was it Toei Animation? Yeah, I think Toei Animation made the first series, but I had no idea, like, who had the rights now. Um, so let's see. They're also doing a Scooby-Doo meets the Universal
Oh,
Monsters.
that's great.
Oh my gosh. That would be oh, and our friend John, he's gonna be happy about this. There's gonna be a One Piece Grand Pirate show. I think this is the one that they had in Japan. Yep. I think this is the one they had in Japan. Um, in Super Nintendo World, Colorful Yoshi Celebration, which I think also coincides with the, new Mario movie coming out because Yoshi is gonna be in the next one. Oh, and I know a lot of people are gonna be excited about this. Take it away, Jad.
Okay, let's see here. And Firefly possibly come back as an animated series. Original cast reprised roles. Series creator Joss Whedon will not be involved in the project.
Thank God.
Yeah, but let's see. 24 years after it's in development by 20th Century Animation, and
Mhm.
let's see. eh, And I'm not all too familiar with Firefly.
So, I haven't watched it yet, but I know about it, and the thing is I think from what I understand, it kinda ended on, like, a cliffhanger. It only got 1 season, despite being really popular and yeah, doing well, it kinda ends on, like, a bit of a downer ending, I guess. So there's been talks about doing something with the franchise for years. As we said, it is now 2026. It's been 24 years since it came out. They did get, like, a spinoff, I think 'cause well, no, this was a spinoff of Serenity. Um, but I guess it might have been, like, stuck in, like, development hell for a while because as it mentions in the article, Josh Whedon will not be a part of this, and if you are not a massive fan of, like, say, a Buffy or the Avengers, you might, like, not know who Josh Whedon is, but he was sorta considered like a I guess, like, the nerdy darling of Hollywood for a while, but then, like, multiple actors and producers and writers came forward and said that working with Joss Whedon was, like, an absolute nightmare. Uh, because of this, he doesn't really have much of a career now.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I just don't know much about Firefly to add my 2 cents to it. Oh, but I
Mm.
do know a lot about this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you guys, are not gamers or you don't, like, care about Sega, they released a sort of like, I guess, their answer to Mario Kart called Sonic Racing,
Watch
um,
words.
and they have added a bunch of characters who, like, they own rights to. They added, Hatsune Miku, they added,
Yeah, Ichibai,
yeah, Ichiban from, like, a dragon, and there was somebody
Joker
else.
from
Oh,
Persona 5.
Joker. Yeah, Joker from Persona 5, they have, released a trailer showing 3 new characters. So they are adding Red from,
Angry Birds.
Angry
Mhm.
Birds.
And John will be happy about this one.
Yeah. It just says Bondo.
Go Machima, aka Captain Machima from Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
His car looks like a pirate ship.
Yep, it's a pirate ship
Oh
on
my god.
wheels.
That's awesome.
And let's
That's
see. And
perfect.
finally, Ali from Puyo Pop, the puzzle
I
game.
have not heard of this.
Uh,
Puyo Pop, have you heard of
yeah,
this?
it's Sega's puzzle game, and I remember playing Puyo Pop FIFA back on the Nintendo DS, and it's where you
Okay.
had to stack a bunch of slimes of the same color to make combos and defeat your opponents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
So
two
it was
puzzle
released here in
game.
the state.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Alright. Okay, and introducing the new Sega Racing they're releasing, like, the music and stuff. Like, you can
Mhm.
change the music, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but those before those characters drop, however, next week we're getting Mega Man and what's the name of that red guy?
Red guy?
Like the adding characters from Mega Man to the game.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Let's see what.
I am not well versed on my Mega Man lore.
Yeah, neither am I. I
Wait, is his
when
name just Red? Oh, no, 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 that's a different character.
yeah
Um,
yeah. Sorry, his name's blanking out on me. Sorry about
yeah,
that.
guys, we're so sorry. If you know his name, please leave a comment, on YouTube or Spotify,
It's just gonna
because
kill me.
again, yeah, well, we might need to ask Rich because Rich knows more about Mega Man than we do. Now, next, and I think you added this, so this one's you.
Yeah, the Disney Cruise Line announced its next ship, the Disney Believe, having its maiden voyage next year.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Where the heck is Disney getting all this money? Because like, they have not been having, like the past few years, they've been sort of, like, struggling. They're not broke.
Well, you people forget how much money they make from merchandise in the theme parks alone.
True,
Like
true.
the the a lot of the properties they make billions in merchandising alone.
Yeah.
And
I know, also the 2 parks in Japan, I know both of those also do really well. I heard actually, like, a lot of people who have been to the parks have said Disneyland, Sea over in Japan is actually a
oh
really
yeah,
great
Disney
park.
Sea I heard is one of the best parks in the world.
Mhm.
And let's see, and the Disney Believe will be the ninth ship in the overall fleet. It's gonna be in the Risk class, so the bigger, newer ship class. And they said the theme is gonna be about promise and possibilities. And they already teased which IP is gonna be featured there, from Encanto, Moana, Frozen, Snow White, and The Little Mermaid.
Okay, and this is gonna set sail from Singapore.
Oh no, no, that's the Disney Adventure that already had its maiden
Oh,
voyage last week.
my
I'm
bad, maybe.
I'm not sure which what itinerary the believe is gonna be. It might rotate out to the newest ship, the other ships, because they often do that.
So the ship is broken up into uniquely, themed
Mhm.
areas. Okay, and
And we can.
oh, and, for the adventure, it was christened by Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, the Disney Adventure. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of clips about that one, and me and my sister, we both think it looks amazing. But my mom, just being a Debbie Downer she is, goes, "I don't think that would appeal to me."
I mean, we don't know, we'll have to see what people say about it. Okay, so back with the Disney news, this is gonna be interesting to talk about
Mhm.
because after, about, like, what, 10 years? I'm not sure how long Bob Iger has been in charge, but, Bob Iger is actually officially stepping down, not, like, for real this time.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if people remember what happened, but originally what happened, is Bob Iger stepped down as CEO and Bob Chapek was his,
Successor.
what's the word? Yeah, successor. Um, and he's been with Disney since, let me
Since they
see.
bought ABC,
Yeah, so that was, like,
like,
in I think
the
the
late
early yeah,
'90s, early 2000s, I
yeah.
believe.
So he's been with them for a very
Mm,
long time, but Bob Chapek just did not do a good
mm-mm.
job. He was losing them money. Part of the issue was, like,
COVID.
that's when they were yeah, COVID, but also when they released that, when they created that, Star Wars hotel, that
Yeah.
cost them a lot of money. That was a financial bomb. It was so bad, like, the people in charge of the hotel were asking the employees, like, "Do you guys wanna come to the hotel? Do you know any family?" It was really bad. So they brought Bob Iger back, and I think Bob Iger's been a,
He,
decent CEO.
yeah, when he came back, his, reputation I've heard was a bit tarnished, due to a lot of problems and, blowback they've been
Yeah,
having.
and, like, I don't think he was terrible, but I don't think he was
Mm,
perfect. The thing is, though, I do feel like Bob Iger at least liked Disney,
mhm.
I think that actually I think makes I think that can make or break her CEO 'cause, who was before Bob?
Michael Eisner.
Was orig and, now Michael Eisner is also not perfect, but I think one of the reasons a lot of people liked Eisner is because it was very obvious he really loved Disney.
Yeah, he also loved the
Um,
creative process.
yeah,
And
uh,
again, the latter half of his tenure was also tarnished due to multiple factors like the failure of Euro Disneyland, the death of his close
mm,
friend and Disney's president Frank Wells, the feud and firing of
yeah.
Jeffrey Katzenberg, and it just all piles up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think I would ever like, if I was ever gonna be a CEO, I don't think I'd wanna be the CEO of Disney. I think it's a little I feel like out of a lot of companies, I feel like being the CEO of Disney is one that would bring you a lot of ire even if there was things that were, like, out of your control. But, like and I also maybe think that people might have not trusted his judgment after using Bob Chapek because Bob Chapek was only the CEO for, like, 2 years until they had to have Bob come back. So he's being, his successor
That's
is
tomorrow. He
who is
was the
it?
president and of the Disney Parks and Resorts division. And
Okay, this will be
he was
interesting.
actually the one pushing for a lot more Muppet stuff at the parks. Which is
Yeah, I think you told
Yeah,
me
which is
that.
why we saw Herman and Miss Piggy, featured in the, Disney, Hollywood Studios Christmas celebrations, how they used the
Yeah,
characters in a bunch of social media promotions, and how
and didn't, like, Bunsen and Beaker have, like,
character meet and greet, yeah.
a yeah, so, I mean, I'm thankful for that, again, so this is one of those things where it's like, we're gonna have to see, like, what choices he makes because there's a lot of things that are kinda really up in the air at Disney right now, like,
Well, he's not gonna be the only one
when
in charge if that makes a difference, like, he's the CEO taking charge of the, business side, but the creative side, the president is Dana Walden. Now
okay.
She, she's more has more experience in, film and TV production than Tomorrow. Like
You know
she was initially, in charge of the Fox Television and, well, she greenlit a bunch of critically acclaimed shows for both FX and Hulu, and after the Disney buyout,
okay.
she rose to the ranks of Disney Television, where she greenlit a lot more of successful shows from like Shogun, The Bear, yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
yeah,
Bears
Abbott
won a lot of awards.
Elementary, and American Horror
Oh.
Story.
Okay, you know what? They might that I think that's actually a good idea because as you said, DeMaro's kinda got more experience with, like, the parks and the cruises, and, despite them being kinda, like, similar, a park is completely different from, like, a television show or a movie. That might actually be a good idea to sort of, like, split it up
Mhm.
so they both can sort of use, like, I guess, their talents and their strengths. Um So, like, right now, I don't think we're gonna see, like, any big changes until maybe next year, because I feel like most of the stuff this year has always already been, like, chosen, everything's sort of already set in stone. Um, so he also says, like, Disney Plus is gonna be, like, the digital centerpiece, um, and I'm hoping that means maybe they'll fix some of the issues they have, like, with Disney Plus, like, there's a bunch of shows that are missing from Disney Plus that you cannot
Mm.
get anywhere because they don't have DVD releases, so, here's to hoping. I just yeah, again, I think it's just, like, Disney's been having I don't wanna say, like, again, Disney's, like, not hemorrhaging money, but they're still sort of having issues, like, when it comes to, like, movies. Because like, last year, I think they only had 2 movies that were extremely successful. It was, the Lilo and Stitch movie and, Zootopia 2,
Yeah,
and it used to
and
sort of be, like, the
the
opposite
third
of that,
Avatar
you
film.
know?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the 3rd Avatar film.
some of the films, despite getting positive reviews, underperform, like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and not to
Like,
mention
they've
Elio.
Oh, yeah, so, the thing is, like, when it comes to like, Disney releases at least, like, what, maybe 6 or 5 movies each year? And it's not just, like, animated stuff, it's the live action stuff too. I think is the new Avengers movie coming out this year?
Doomsday, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's some other
Oh yeah,
there's some other stuff,
yeah, and
like
we'll get to that. Trust me.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm hoping things go well, you know, maybe we'll just have to see. Mhm.
And oh dear
All right.
lord, I did not hear about this.
Okay. Dude, literally this was revealed yesterday. Is it my turn or yours?
Let's let's see. It's mine, but I don't know much about it. Okay, let's see. Joseph Duggar, ex 19 kids in Kansas, accused of molesting a minor. Jesus.
So, this is the second of the Duger
Oh my
sons to
god.
be outed as a predator. Yeah. So, so my parents watched this. I always found it really weird, but there was a show called 19 Kids and Counting. It was a reality TV show on TLC, and it was focused on a family called the Dugars. Now, the whole thing was that Michelle and Jim Bob, yes, that is actually his name, had at the time 19 daughters. They had 19 daughters and 10 sons. All of them had a name starting with the letter J. They were
Mm,
devout independent Baptists. They're, no, no, okay, I'm saying they were, but they're still around. But the show was canceled, I think, in 2015, and on May 2015, like maybe a few days after the show, and it was revealed that Josh, the eldest son, apparently molested 5
oh
girls.
god.
Oh, oh, you think that's bad? 5 of the girls included his sister.
No!
Yep.
No! Oh
Yeah,
god.
they had a spinoff, but it was canceled because
Gee,
Duger
wonder
got
why.
arrested. And then again, like I said, so this is the second Stuger son to be revealed as, a disgusting person, and I'm so, like, sometimes people will say, "We made the wrong person famous." We definitely made the wrong family famous here, because it's not just the fact that, like, you know, there are 2 sons that are apparently, disgusting, awful people. It also is sort of it's been revealed that there's a pretty big chance that both Michelle and, Jim Bob knew about what Josh was doing to his sisters, but didn't do anything. Yeah, so all I just wanna say is, screw you, Jim Bob, screw you, Michelle Duggar. You guys are terrible parents, and I am so glad you no longer have careers. You both suck.
Fuck the TLC.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end this on some good news now. Um, this was released
About
was this yesterday?
yesterday, I
Yeah.
believe. New trailer
It's
for Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
yep, Mr. and Mrs. Zendaya are back. I
Yeah.
have not actually watched this. I need to catch up on my Spider-Man movies
Yeah,
because I'm behind. I'm sorry.
so I won't spoil it, but let's just say that Peter had to leave a lot behind. Yeah. Oh, so I'm just watching it for the first time.
Yeah, me too. That's why we're quiet. The Punisher!
Oh yeah, he's in this movie.
Isn't that the same guy who played him in the show?
Yep.
Awesome. Dude, you can't cuss in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
He looks so much
Puppet,
older
he's
now.
pitting like stuff against. Oh, I swear to God, if MJ's boyfriend is named Paul.
This summer. Oh! Bruce Banner's back!
Mm-hmm. Oh, what you saying, that, buddy boy?
Ouch. That looked like it hurt. Is that Keith David?
Yeah. They're doing that storyline where. Oh, sorry.
What the heck? Wait, Is that supposed to be Doc Ock?
I don't. I think that's supposed to be Scorpion.
Oh, yep, you know what, you're right.
Yeah, I think it's they're doing that storyline where Spider-Man is mutating more and more into a spider.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that was a storyline in either the comics or the anime series. Spider-Man mutation arc.
Oh my gosh. I haven't I'm still, like, behind on the Spider-Man films, but I do know that what happened is in order to save everybody, he, had to, like they had their memories erased,
Mhm.
so he has to see MJ with somebody else. Oh god, poor Peter.
Yeah, it was from the anime series where they did that mutation arc.
Alright, so now it's time for recommendations, and I think we should just start with this first one, 'cause,
Appas!
yes, because we have both seen it now, and, we both really liked it.
Oh, definitely. I was surprised by how great this film was.
I know, cause like, we've been we're very, critical of Disney and also sometimes Pixar, and, the thing is, we were worried that Pixar was just solely gonna focus on sequels, but thankfully that hasn't been the case, and this was just really good, like, trying to look up, when, the last what came out before Hoppers, it
I think
was let me scroll
Elio.
down. Yeah, that's right, Elio was
Yeah, but
it wasn't like a terrible go ahead.
yeah, it had a very tumultuous development that led to it inflating its budget.
Yeah. Now see, like, after Onward, we got Soul, Luca, Turning Red, all those movies were great, but then there was Lightyear, which I haven't heard, like, a single good thing
Mm-mm.
about that movie. I heard Elemental was good, but it sort of it struggled at the box office for a little bit. Um, Inside Out 2 was really good, but Elio was, like, a massive failure at the
Mhm.
box office, but Hoppers seems to be, like, a return to force. It's just it's everything that you love about Pixar, and also it has an environmental message that actually works.
Yeah, and it's not just an environmental message, it's such a film about community and unity and how we're all
Mhm.
in this together.
And about how yeah, like, so basically it's the story of Mabel. Mabel loves animals, and, like, when she's little, she tries to free the various animals that she views as, like, trapped in classrooms, and she ends up, being watched, like, by her mom, and she introduces her to this really beautiful glade, and she tells her,
It
"Just
was a
stop and
grandma.
listen." Yeah, it's a grandma. And she ends up having a deep appreciation of nature. She also continues to watch the glade after her grandmother passes away. Well, when, she's, like I think she's 18 because she's in college,
Yeah,
at
she's
this point.
in a college student.
Yeah, and the mayor wants to destroy the glade in order to make a highway, um, and Mabel's trying to get, people to support her, and she's like, "I don't know what to do," and then one day, her, Professor Sam, tells her that if she gets a beaver back to the glade, it'll help, and so she tries to do that, but when she thinks she, like, summons a beaver, but then the beaver starts, like, acting really weird, and she follows it back to her university. It turns out that Professor Sam has discovered a way to put a human brain inside a robotic animal,
Mhm.
and Mabel, wanting to save the glade, decides she's going to do the same, and things kind of they go well, but then things go wrong, and then they get even worse. And I think what I really liked about this is, for one, they don't shame, like, the predators
Mm.
in this, because there's a part where she
Pond
saves a
rules.
beaver. Yeah, pond rules, and the bear's like, "Why did you do that?" And the beaver's like, "Yeah, why did you do that?" 'Cause, the bear's a predator, the bear's not doing anything wrong, the bear has got to eat. Um And so like, later on, there's another predator, I don't wanna give the spoiler because it's just the reveal is perfect, but they don't shame that predator either for being a predator.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but another thing I
sorry.
liked is, how you mentioned this, how they animate the animals when Mabel is in, like, the body of the robotic beaver. All the animals are a lot more expressive, but when she's out of the body of the beaver, the animals just, like, look like normal animals to her.
Yeah, that was a fun detail I loved.
Mhm.
And
I would also just wanna
but
oh, go ahead.
yeah, like Mabel, she's also a flawed character. She's passionate, but she has a short temper.
Mhm.
Especially with her grandma's passing, she's been struggling with it ever since.
Yeah, there's a lot of her trying to do the right thing and get people on her side, and then it doesn't work, and you feel her
Mhm.
frustrations. I just wanna say the voice acting in this was fantastic. Bobby Moynihan, who was Panda in We Bare Bears, was King
Oh,
George,
awesome!
and John yeah, and John Hamm was the mayor, and I thought the mayor was such a fun character because he's like a smarmy politician, but in a very entertaining way.
Mhm.
It was very, very fun. Um, yeah, and I think, like, the message was a good one, and seeing Mabel understanding, that she might have how she, like, went about the whole situation was not the best, but her learning to, like, because she at first she's like, "Oh, humans suck," but then she's like, "Well, it is true, we kind of are in this together and everything." Um, yeah, this is probably I think this is, like, one of the best Pixar films in a while, and I absolutely loved it.
Definitely had the best message and the best humor in a long time.
Mhm.
I'm like, I won't spoil it, but there was one scene for Super Worlds Round podcast. I couldn't decide whether to nominate for funniest scene or craziest death.
Oh, I gotta check that out because I gotta add stuff now for our
Yes.
award show at the end of the year, but yeah, it's very
Mhm.
funny, and I think another thing is the humor doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome
No,
at all. It's
it's
perfect.
it perfectly blends itself into the plot. And okay, and you're gonna be excited to hear your thoughts on this one.
Okay, so, Jad, I think you talked about this last week? The last time we
Yeah.
recorded, he and John, finished playing they did a one shot of the game, Thank Goodies You're Here, which is the most British game to ever
Mhm.
British. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, 'cause it's made by British people, so it just everything about it is so British, and that's kind of why it's so enjoyable. I'm an American. I have never, been to England, but, like, something about British comedy, I'm not sure what it is. I feel like just the English are really, really good at it, and this game is so funny. So you play as this very little yellow, salesman. He doesn't have a name, and he is sent to, a fictional town called Barnsworth in, Northern England, where he, is helping all the people in Barnsworth, and a lot of the problems are really silly, but, like, how you figure them out is also equally silly. It's a very funny, entertaining game. There's a lot of, like, dark humor in it, but it's done very well.
Yeah, it's
It's a
very
short game,
surreal.
but I honestly yes, and it gets really weird at some points. It's super surreal. So you're gonna be a lot of times you're gonna be like, "What on earth is happening?" But it's clever, it's done really well, and I really think, like, the Britishness of it, helps it. I think that's actually what makes it good. And I think, like, I was talking to John, I said, "I think I like the fact that I don't understand a lot of the slang, because I think that makes it funnier. I just feel like for me that's it's funnier."
Yeah, like, do yourself a favor. Go into this as blind as possible. Like, a lot of the
Yes.
human jokes you will never see coming. And me and John were laughing hysterically. Like, we done many punchlines we never saw coming.
Yeah, they you think something's gonna go one way, and then it goes a completely different way. It is again, he said, "Go into it completely blind. Don't do any research, don't watch anything about it, just go in blind."
Okay, now it's time for my final recommendation. It's another one I've been playing for a super bonus round. Final Fantasy VII, the OG. Now, this is one of those games that bring RPGs into the mainstream. It helped the PlayStation be the dominant brand it is in gaming today. Like Like you play as Cloud, a former soldier who joins the eco-terrorist group Avalanche, trying to stop the evil Hersinwa Corporation and from sucking all the life force out of the planet on it for the city of Midgard to power. And that's the first act of the game. And let's see, yeah, I'm still going into more deep about it, but yeah, I didn't really. Admittedly, I wasn't that big into RPGs as a kid growing up. Cause not only did I not have a PlayStation, I had the patience of a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I feel like RPGs are kinda more for older people.
Yeah, but this one, so far, is a lot of fun, and I can tell why people consider this one of the greatest games of all times and one of the greatest RPGs of all time. I'm I'm having a lot of fun, and the big, simple polygon on countermeasures have a lot of charm to them.
Yeah,
Disney,
because I think
sorry.
you can get the yeah, because you can get the original Final Fantasy, which had the polygon models.
Yeah, it's they put this game to just about every console, and Nintendo really kicked themselves when they stubbornly insisted on sticking with cartridges, cause it's what caused Square to break their streak with them. See, yeah, and
Alright, is that
yeah,
everything?
that's everything.
Alright, so next week, we're actually reviewing what is, kind of an underrated classic. We are reviewing the animated adaptation of The Last Unicorn.
Ooh, I've been meaning to get around to
We'll see.
seeing this one.
Okay, perfect. So we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Goodbye.